With a combined experience around the table, this is a perfect opportunity for our senior leaders to provide their perspectives. To start, I would like to ask each member of our panel today to provide a short overview on the work their organisations are undertaking on strategies for advancing the manufacturing industry. Welcome, Scott. Love to hear your perspective, or that, I suppose more importantly, ACTU's perspective on where things are at from your side of things.
Yeah, thanks Sharon and everyone, and Ines and Ross for those comments. There's not much that we take issue with or disagree with. I think, very much so. All of that is an agenda that we would be very eager to sign up for, with some work on the detail. But I think that's really a key issue here, and I think we very much welcome the conversation. We've been particularly engaged with the employers at this table over the course of the past year or so, and I think that's really striking in itself in terms of the level of cooperation and collaboration amongst these peaks to address what is a critical issue, and one that's emerging in its importance for us to stop talking about it and really find solutions and see them actioned. I think sort of our reflections are, very much that the pandemic, of course, as Ines has made the point, made the importance of our manufacturing sector again just so important in terms of its highlighting, the critical issues that we have in terms of our supply chain and the potential vulnerabilities as well as the opportunities. But for a starker illustration, you probably couldn't look past the fact that we have weekly supplies of the vaccine being delivered, despite the fact that we're developing millions of versions here ourselves. But that's the reality of our supply chain today, and will be for some months. But I think for all of us at this table, that wasn't new. We were well aware of the issues that we've had in manufacturing, and concerned about the trajectory that we were on, and our capacity to produce. The investment being required to be put in building not just infrastructure, but all capital, but really the critical skills infrastructure. The points that Ines has made, and Ross as well, about what are we doing about building our human capacity and our skills capacity going forward. So while we sort of think that the pandemic has made all those points clear to many others, for us it's sort of an opportunity, I think, to sort of remake the case of why we need to get on with the job of reinvesting in this sector and reshaping it with enormous opportunity that's ahead of us. And I think it is really exciting in the moment of time that we're in for manufacturing, and to ensure that it becomes, as it has been historically, a key part of our nation's future. And look, from our perspective, while we play a role as the representatives of Labor in a practical sense in the process, and very much attuned to what this means for workers, but similarly, very keen to be part of the conversation, because like all at this table, they're fundamentally beneficiaries of this system if we can get it right. And it's critical that we do get it right. And in terms of I think for us, it's really about the government reinvesting in manufacturing. The points about addressing vocational education and training have been critical to upskill and provide skilled workers to market. I think ensuring that the voices of industry, the voices of this table, are heard in a structured way, and that they're the primary voices in setting the directions is critical to what's ahead of us. And I think for us, a key outcome of today's conversation would be working from today perhaps to formalise that process in terms of a structured collaboration with government, to ensure that we are heard collaboratively as one on the issues that we can agree in this space, because I think there's many that we can agree in that need to be prioritised. Look, practically for us, of course, there's the day-to-day work that we continue to do in manufacturing and in this space. So many of our affiliates have been continuing to advocate campaigns like the Keep Apprentices on the Tools campaign that our metalworkers, our union, has run, about occupational standards in the sector. We continue to collaborate with many employers about the skills parts of the system, ensuring that not only are we defending current skill sets, but reinvesting in them going forward. We've been doing some work with some key thought leaders like Jim Stanford and the Australia Institute about some key reports to try and push the conversation along and push the boundaries of what might be able to be achieved here in terms of the work we did on a fair share for Australian manufacturing and the Australia Institute's report into the advanced skills for advanced manufacturing as potential pathways forward. And practically the ACTU itself made a number of calls in the middle of last year about manufacturing being a key part of our recovery, calling for a number of initiatives in a sustainable manufacturing plan that we issued, which included initiatives like zero interest loans to finance reinvestment in renewable energy. You know, absolutely agree with the point Ross has made about the critical, how critical energy will be to getting this right. An initiative of accelerated depreciation bonuses to assist reinvestment, technology grants for commercialised research in new technologies. We proposed the creation of 5 sustainable manufacturing clusters to be the bedrocks of growth and shaping how we might reshape not just the industry and the sectors, but our regions and our economies. And of course, a proposal that we create a superpower investment fund to link both capital and manufacturers to the future. So there are just some practical things we've done as well, and we very much look forward to the conversation today.